Hey guys, welcome to Press C for Carnage. This is your host Dave, and joining me are Jordan and Colin,
What's up?
So,
and with special guests Megan and Panda.
Megan's
Hello.
my wife. Woo.
Oh my lord, don't even do that.
So this podcast is all about gaming, music, movies, anything you can name of, and we're really just kind of winging it for our first episode. So to kick us off, I think we should talk about what we just played, and that's Modern Warfare 2. Thoughts?
Correction, Modern Warfare Roman numeral 2. Because you have to specify, because if you just say
Okay.
2...
Is that, how do I say that in English? How do you verbally say Roman numeral 2?
You literally just say Roman numeral 2.
Right.
Call of Duty, I.
Call of Duty II.
Aye, there's Pan. See, that's why you're here. See, that sounds better. Okay, so Modern Warfare, I, off the hop, want to say I'm on the rotten side of reviews. What do you guys think?
The game's great. Boom. End of review. 10 out of 10. All things considered, I think I told you about this before we started the podcast, but I love everything about it other than the fact that literally the only thing that really makes me upset about it is the fact that they made it, because I'm playing on PC, so for anyone listening, they made the F button, the interact button, the same button that you use to revive your teammates and pick up weapons. So like you'll be playing a game mode where like you have to revive your buddies, like Prisoner Rescue as an example, which is a really cool game mode idea. So you have to like revive your buddies to help you rescue the prisoners if you're on like attack or whatever. And then you go up to their bodies and you'll be like, F. Oh crap, I picked up his gun. Let go of F. All right, hold F again. Crap, I picked up his gun. Hold F again. So you'll just keep doing that and then you'll end up getting shot in the butt. It's great. It's great. I love it. The game's 10 out of 10.
Well, it's definitely not 10 out of 10. My first experience was like many of graphic issues, and I am not running a cheap PC. I have, 3070 with, way too much RAM. Way too much RAM, and it felt like I was playing on a 27, not even a 16-inch boob tube TV. Like this thing was terrible. Like I needed tinfoil on the top to get reception.
And
it
you
was bad.
You uninstalled it and reinstalled it
Yeah,
several times.
when I did that, it helped a bit. Visually, it's a spectacular game. I think the health needs to be updated, maybe at least 10 points. But yeah, I am underwhelmed.
You think the time to kill? You think the time to kill is a little bit too short?
It is. Yeah, even for normal team deathmatch, I think people are too squishy. In my experience, but yeah.
I think it's a personal choice. Obviously, I like it. I personally like it. It just feels like we're playing on permanent hardcore mode.
Well, yeah, I guess so. But we play ground war for most of the time, and I think each game mode should have its own added or less health. So
Right.
what about you guys? Have any of you guys played Modern Warfare?
Nope.
Nope.
Yeah. Not
All right,
yet.
well, do you guys have any games you've played recently that you're like hell yeah to?
The forest.
Megan's like the forest, the forest, the cannibals, bro. You can't get taking enough cannibals.
Fallout 76, but I feel like you're gonna get mad at me. So
Fallout 70, get the out of here.
Thanks to Carnage, I have been playing the Entropy Center, and that's really fun.
Entropy Center. Oh, is that the one he bought you?
Yes, it's the
Are you a couple hours into it now, or?
Let's see. Yeah, probably like 2 hours into it, and it's really good.
And how much have you progressed in that 2 hours for a puzzle game?
If the achievements are something to go off of, I have done probably 4 or 5 out of the 15 chapters it has. And it also has like the secret messages that you have to find on computers, which is really fun.
Right. Now, I have absolutely no interest in those kind of games, but
Me neither.
based on what you've played, is it have they provided you with enough entertainment to carry out to the end of the game, to want to
Yeah.
finish the game?
Because every chapter they add more elements to the puzzles.
Right.
So, like, first you got the cubes, and then you got the jump pads.
You're literally just explaining Portal.
Well, and that's kind of the vibe I was getting off it.
He's like,
but,
you got the cubes, you got the jump pads.
And the reason I asked that question is Megan brought up the Forest. Now we're playing that now, and personally, after the first hour, it's like, hey, this game's kind of cheesy, but with the little clues that they leave, it's like, man, I have to finish this game. I have to see what the hell they're pointing me towards.
Right.
But there's no the threat. I mean, the only thing I still don't like is the Dark Knight, and that's they were on par with that. Like it is spooky. You know, you could roll up to a turtle, and I'm gonna jump out of my chair. You know,
the way they limit your vision when it's nighttime in that game is just perfection.
And like with the torches and everything, and the light, and like the
Yes.
flashlight just shows enough. You're better to be behind the person with the flashlight because you can't see anything.
If I was wearing a haptic suit, I feel like I'd get touched by everything and freak out.
Yeah. So they're on par with that, and I really hope their new game coming out would be at least twice as good.
I forget what it's called right now, but yeah, basically the Forest 2.
Yes, the Forest 2. I'm ready for that one.
It's called Sons of the Forest.
Sons of the Forest. SONS. Yes, that's right. Yes.
So
go ahead.
No, I got nothing else to add. I'm just gonna keep ranting on. So
I was just gonna say we have a viewer on my Twitch stream right now because we're streaming the podcast on CyberJman. Twitch.tv/CyberJman. Sage Slayer says, I mean, I haven't played it yet because it's not out yet, but I do hope and think that Pokemon Scarlet/Violet will be fun. So is that the new one in the series? It's supposed to be like 3D, like fully 3D.
Yeah, that's
pretty much. It's gonna be.
Yeah, it's for the Switch.
Yep.
I'm looking at the screenshots now.
Scarlet, but I'm definitely getting Violet.
Oh, okay. Now, my only worry is, and I'm probably going to get yelled at in the comments for this in some way, shape, or form, but I am not a fan of Pokemon anymore. I think the tired formula is getting old. I think they haven't really innovated enough for me to want to come back into it. Like, it's not... And people are going to be like, oh, what about the whole 3D open world thing? It's not even open world. It's literally just, like, instance...
So this one will be open world, like, completely open world.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean... I'm actually I didn't even know that was a thing, so I'm actually interested. But I personally grew out of Pokemon, and I was an avid fan. And I don't know if with my age that it became less of a thing for me,
less appealing. Yeah.
I still like Pokemon as the show,
love Pokemon.
but I can't get into the video games.
So speaking of Pokemon, there's actually something I want to talk about.
All right, go ahead.
As you asked about like different games and stuff. Well, there's one game. It's a fan-made Pokemon game called Pokewilds.
Mm-hmm.
It's essentially, so the way it looks is it looks as if you're playing on the old Game Boy, the old Game Boy version of Pokemon.
Yeah, Game Boy Color.
But what's different is it's a survival game. So it's a single-player survival game. Like you're on an island, and you go out and catch Pokemon. You start off with a Pokemon, but you survive.
Do the Pokemon attack you?
Yeah, they attack you.
And is it still like the turn-based style of gameplay, or are you like full on like
action RPG?
Yeah.
I think it's it's literally the exact same as the OG gameplay.
Right. I actually think, and if there's any developers listening for some reason for Pokemon, if we could manually fight like action-based Pokemon, like I am on board. I will give you my money right now if you create that.
I want what I want, and I've been wanting for years, and I wish they would just let somebody do it, because there was actually a mod. Or not a mod rather, but a fan-made game where you could play as Pokemon. You could literally so when you play as the trainer, and then you toss the Pokeball out, and then you become the Pokemon that comes out of that Pokeball, and you literally turn into like a third person like Pokemon fighting game where you have 4 abilities and you can alternate between them and have like a live action RPG Pokemon battle. It was so cool. And not Nintendo specifically, because they don't actually own Pokemon. It's just they have a deal with the Pokemon company that makes Pokemon. But the Pokemon company went out and like shut that crap down, dude. Like, why? Just like at least hire the guy to make the game, because like it's so good. Like, I will buy it. I will pre-order immediately. I don't even care if it ends up bad. I will pre-order that crap immediately if they make a third-person RPG where you get to play as the Pokemon. So basically, Pokemon Dungeon, but where you get to play as the Pokemon.
Yeah.
Like, I would love that. Like,
I assume it was shut down for the image sake.
Copyright. It was copyright. Yeah. Yes.
Okay. Now I understand they'd have reserves on you know Pokemon dying, because Pokemon never actually die. But if they did what they did in Plants vs. Zombies, is that you vanquished your opponent, I really do think they could create some kind of like battle royale, or not battle royale, but team deathmatch of Pokemon. Like, why has this not been created?
So I think the closest game you're going to get to anything similar to what you're talking about is a game that's coming out relatively soon called Power World.
I'm glad you brought that up. I actually have it pulled up on my monitor here. I was actually going to talk about it once we got to a good stopping point. But yeah, I want this game. And it's funny because I remember specifically that this game was also under the sights of Game Freak / the Pokemon Company because of what they were, because originally they were using like very similar, like it wasn't 1-to-1, but they were like, these are basically Pokemon skins. Like, and then they showed a trailer of like Pokemons with like very similar Pokemon skins getting shot with guns, and Game Freak lost their shit. So they got a cease and desist. But from what I see so far, I'm watching the trailer right now on my monitor, muted. It looks great, dude. This looks hilarious. It's like Pokemon with guns. Like,
yeah, I mean, they have the power to really create anything. Like they have the world in their pockets, and yeah, I believe. Yeah, I really hope they venture into what you're talking about. I really do.
So that season what? Well,
cease and desist.
Cease and desist that Game Freak sent out. It's been shut down already. Like, it's been completely ignored because Power World, they got full rights to everything that they have, so Game Freak can't do anything about it.
Oh damn! Creative freedoms.
Yeah,
that's awesome.
Game Freak does that a lot. Like, there was a Roblox game very popular called Pokemon Brick Bronze, and that was taken down because it was just like a
copy and paste.
Yeah, well, no, it was a self-built Pokemon game with its own story and such, and it was taken down with like full-on trading with other people and whatnot.
Oh,
they
wow.
do that a lot. And another thing is the like Pokemon fighting each other. They already have done that. Game Freak did do that. It was a mobile game that was bad because it had a lot of like in-game purchases, but it was basically you choose a Pokemon with moves, and it was League of Legends but with Pokemon.
Oh jeez, of course they had to make it a mobile game. Of course they did. Why not? Sage Slayer says apparently the new Pokemon Scarlet Violet will be the first wholly open world Pokemon game where you'll be able to fight gym leaders in any order that you want.
That's cool.
Yep.
Yeah, that'd be cool. I mean, in the open world, are you still just a trainer roaming around, or?
I'm assuming so.
Yeah.
So technically, yeah, you're still a trainer, but it's kind of hard to explain. It's from what I'm aware, like it is beyond open world. Like for example, in other other Pokemon games, like say you find a shiny, for example, you would only see it if you're in a battle with them.
Mm-hmm.
This you'll literally see them wandering around in their shiny form. Like you'll see them. Some Pokemon, I guess the battles are different than how they are now. I don't exactly know how they are, but I know the battling is supposed to be way different as well.
Yeah. The Sage Slayer brings up that it was called Pokemon Unite, the one I was talking about.
Gotcha.
Yeah, that was on Switch.
A console game too.
Yeah, that makes
It was relatively popular.
Well, anyway, yeah. Well, I hope I really hope that they expand their content with Pokemon.
Agreed.
But moving forward, I mean, we could talk about this forever. But moving forward, yeah. What do we talk? How do we top Pokemon? What's next on the agenda?
Well, I was thinking we could take a small intermission, so if anyone needs to use the restroom or anything, we'll be right back after these messages.
This podcast is sponsored by Neon Gobbler. Thanksgiving is around the corner. Why not try our name brand Radioactive Turkey? Grab your Neon Gobbler at your local settlement today. Neon Gobbler, so good it glows.
Side effects may include loss of hair, loss of teeth, loss of reproductive organs. We are not responsible for loss of life, loss of limbs, smell, touch, and sight safety 100% of the time, 95% of the year.
Hi, welcome back. Everybody's back in their chairs. So I believe I asked you guys what is next on the agenda, and I think Cyber had something to bring forward.
I did. Okay, so yes, so I was going to talk about Bungie tells PS5 players to stop playing the PS4 version of Destiny 2. What the hell? I wanted to bring this up because my initial thoughts for this were like anger, because I don't own that version. So, and I don't play on PlayStation. So it's not anger from me, like from an aspect of a customer, because I'm not playing that version. I played the PC Steam version. The anger is because how are they getting away with that? How are they allowed to do that? Because that's basically saying, hey, you guys who spend, I mean, I guess to a certain point you can carry your stuff over to like the newer version, but they're basically forcing people who most likely can't afford to buy a PS5 to say like, oh, you can't play this game anymore. Sorry, we're not going to support it anymore because it's an old console. My bad. Like that makes me angry. Like,
are they saying they're not going to support the new one? Is that what it's saying? Like they're going to stop supporting the PS4 version, or are they just saying, hey, if you own a PS5, play the PS5 version because we have specific servers running for that version? Like, what is it?
So basically, it's saying that that as it continues into development, it's going to get harder for them to basically keep the older hardware going at the pace that it's going right now. Like in terms of them, like not just storage space for new content, but also just like them making improvements to the system. Hold on, let me read the actual. Can you guys talk amongst yourselves about the subject, and then I'll get you back with more details here real quick.
Well, my only concern is.
What I'm aware by, I think it's mid 2023, PS4 version is going to lose full support to Destiny 2.
Oh, wow. Okay.
So it sounds to me like it's less a PlayStation thing and more of a Bungie thing. And
it's fully on Bungie.
Yeah, so Sony's just saying, hey, we're telling you that this is going to happen, so like try and switch over.
Right.
So
yeah, so it's talking about memory footprint on the console, compressing textures as much as they possibly can because of all the new content. Essentially saying that like the game's just going to keep getting bigger and there's nothing they can do about it. So
then there's nothing they can do about it. I mean,
yeah, as long as they don't have to repurchase the DLC, then I don't see the harm in this.
My issue is the fact that it's like forceful. What's the word? Is it obsolete? What's the word for obsolete? When you have like obsolescence. Yeah.
But it's not though.
It essentially is. They're forcing you to basically, if you want to keep playing this game that you love, that we're about to shut down on this console, you're gonna have to upgrade to the next console. Which I understand to a certain extent, but like, I don't know.
If you have an NES, can you play Spider-Man, the Spider-Man games? No, because it's an NES. Yes, I understand that it is a game that can be updated, and they're going to try not keep updating it. But they've said they've already kept trying to roll back texture sizes and everything, so they're trying to do it. But the problem is there's a point in which it just can no longer work, where the hardware just has to be updated.
Okay, I see what you're saying.
If it's for malicious reasons, which it could be, then yes, I understand. However, it doesn't seem to me like they're doing it for malicious reasons. They're doing it because they literally can't support the new stuff on the old hardware.
Right.
And if you can't support the new stuff on the old hardware, you have to cut out server stuff because it would create an imbalance, and they don't. No, it would be hard to manage two types of servers: one for old people,
Right. Right.
people with old accounts and old systems. There we go.
I get what you're saying. I get what you're saying. I don't know. I find it mildly irritating, to be honest, but I guess that's to each their own.
I mean, anybody on a PS4, yes, I understand they're being abandoned and they're no longer to be supported. But based on this article, it seems as though Bungie's putting the blame on Sony for not basically automatically switching the version.
Oh, from PS4 to PS5. Right.
Yeah, because Destiny 2 was launched alongside PS5 and Xbox Series X, so there should not have been a PS4 variants on said consoles. Period.
That's right.
That's based on this article. That's just from a quick read. It seems like a pickle that should not. That shouldn't even be one.
Right.
At all.
So they're blaming PS5 for they're blaming Sony for trying to be inclusive, and Sony created a problem by trying.
Yeah. So Bungie, in this article, Bungie is trying to tell the Destiny 2 players who have a PS5 to use the PS5 version, to manually use the PS5 version, and they're blaming Sony for even allowing the PS4 version to be a thing on the PS5s.
I see what you're saying. Okay, so I must have misread it then, because I heard
that's what this article is saying. So Bungie is trying to, but what I am gathering is Bungie is trying to save their ass with anybody using the PS4 version and saying, "Listen, you're about to lose your shit. Like you better switch over to the PS5 version or buy a PS5 because Sony's about to fuck you guys." So
you're about to get nuked.
Yeah. Nuked. So I think Bungie is just trying to point fingers at somebody else at the same time.
Right. Right.
The good news about Destiny though is like when it comes down to it, like it's fully crossplay, so like it's cross save as well. But the problem is you will have to rebuy the DLC though. That's the biggest issue.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Well. Yeah. It depends really. I don't think they should be cross-platform at all. I mean, PS5 is only offering at most 60 frames per second support. That is terrible.
I thought you were going to get into the argument of PC mouse and keyboard players should never be fighting against controllers.
Oh god, dude, it's fucking it's Destiny 2. That shit don't mean anything. You're literally playing with wall hacks in that game. What does it matter? It's the fact that they're limited to 60 frames.
Right. Right.
And you're gonna play cross-platform. Guaranteed, your host, your fire team leader, is gonna be on PlayStation or on PC. And every raid or matchmaking you get involved with, you're going up against people with up to 240, if not more, frames.
Right.
How could you possibly keep up with that? Like it's
easier than you think because I play on a laptop and I get max 40 frames.
Wow. Okay. Wow.
You only get max 40?
Yeah, max 40.
Jesus.
Played on a 1999 Mac.
That's completely normal to me. I mean, it's a 6-year-old gaming laptop.
The delay, man. When you're in a massive multiplayer like that, where everything is so, especially on raids, where you have to be so precise with your gameplay just to get through checkpoints on Destiny it's frustrating when you're running 240 like me. Like it.
That makes sense.
The odds of you playing with people over in Europe are very high. Like we were playing with a guy who was in Korea. Like it.
Oh god, he wrecked the floor with us too. That guy, his full-time job was wrecking Americans.
Trolling America. Destiny 2.
Yeah.
But that's. I don't know, man. It always seems that Sony is in a weird predicament with the way they run. There's always every month there's a new topic, new piss off to the community.
Right.
Yeah, that's
All right. So, does anyone else have anything to talk about that subject, or can we move on?
Yeah, I think we can move on.
All right.
I know nothing.
You can comment, honey.
No, I literally have no idea.
I mean, you started talking, so now by rights or by
Nope.
law,
Yeah, now you have to say
bring up
something.
a subject.
Yep,
you
go ahead.
have
I
to
don't
start
know
the- Yep.
anything.
That
I
is
don't
the
know
law.
anything.
That is the law of press C. You
Press
must.
C. See,
You must.
You've been pressed.
okay.
You've been pressed.
Okay. The next subject is I know nothing.
Well, all right. Let's talk about this.
Well, you have to know something.
Okay.
You have to know something. So you have kids. Okay, hold on. Both you and Jordan have kids together, and
Unfortunately.
what what game do you find is best for your kids that they play?
Roblox.
Oh my God! Yes, Dakota loves Roblox.
Kiara, my daughter, who's older, loves Minecraft. Dakota loves Roblox. So.
No, Kiara only likes Minecraft because she gets to be a freaking griefer.
She does like destroying people's hard work. That is a thing that I've noticed.
She does.
My main issue with Roblox though with my son is that I've told him because he keeps asking Megan and I if we could buy him
Robux.
like the Robux, the in-game currency to buy this so he can use that in-game currency to buy like stuff within these levels that like
when he's doing like these not obbies but the where you like are building like say a YouTube thing because there's like there's special stuff that you can get into there while building, but you need Robux to get them. Or if you want money faster, you gotta buy Robux to get all of these in one go.
It's essentially a mobile game. Yeah,
it is kind of pretty predatory.
It's extremely predatory. Yeah, and that's my main issue with it is because my kids are impressionable, very much so. And he doesn't understand that like we can't just buy him Robux to buy these like fast these things that like unlock these things automatically for him if he doesn't actually play the game. It's hard to explain that to a child that they understand like, hey, you can't buy this because it'll literally ruin the game and not make it fun anymore. But he's like, but I want it now, and I'm like,
but he's the target audience though.
Yes,
and that's why he wants it. That's
and it's hard to get a 6-year-old who understand, hey, this needs to happen. Mommy and daddy can't buy this because financial reasons.
I mean,
and he gets upset about it.
We're all guilty of the eye that purchased everything.
Jordan.
Hey, me too. Like it's I very easily open up my wallet to something that seems like something I might enjoy.
I sadly do all the time.
I'm guilty of that too, like with the fanfics.
It's terrible, and you can only imagine how much money I'd have in the bank if I didn't spend a dime on any of this stuff. Like today, I bought a brand new fucking headset because my actual recording microphone I couldn't find an attachment for it, so I just bought a brand new microphone. It's and it's because it was geared to my interests, and kids are so vulnerable to this. It's ridiculous.
He walks into the closet for 3 seconds and says, nope, can't find it, I'm gonna go buy another one.
If I had never spent any money on video games, I'll probably have at least a couple million in the bank by now.
Yeah, I mean, we say that, but there's always going to be something else that's going to attract our mind.
I spend like what $20 on these like fan fiction books that I have on these apps.
Yeah.
I got
they literally cliffhanger her. They cliffhanger her every time. She's like, oh my god, they were getting to the good part. I have to buy the next chapter.
Why would you?
When I was 18, I got access to my credit card, and I kind of spent $50,000 on video games.
Jesus Christ! Colin, what were you saying? Sorry, I can barely hear you.
Every single game on the PS Store.
Bro, just go to Reddit and look up the fan fictions. There's just as good or better, and you get it for free.
She doesn't want that.
I have the Wattpad, and that has like free books on there that you can read, ads included, which is not that bad because then I don't have to fucking buy anything. But with like other stuff like Good Novel or Dream, I have to buy stuff like just to keep reading, and I hate that about myself. But back on subject, that's like, yeah.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, I mean, we make fun of you for it, but I mean, I've spent too many hundreds of dollars on Call of Duty skins
Oh God,
to
yeah, me
to
too.
really judge. You know,
Jesus.
I mean, Apex. I played a whopping 2 full days of Apex with you, and I bought like half the characters.
How much money was that, by the way? I'm actually really
Oh,
curious.
It was like 20-some bucks a pop, like a character, man.
Oh, why?
Yeah.
I told you not to do it.
Well, because their progression is so slow and ridiculous. Like, oh, I got 1 kill, and I helped you get a kill. So here's 1/100th of your progression. Like, gee, thanks. Like, I'm stuck to 3 fucking characters. Let me buy my way to the next one. Like, it's.
I get it. You have that itch. You're like, I don't want to wait. So
No, and I mean, like, I stopped playing mobile games because I am that sucker that will buy your fucking gems. I will buy them.
All right, guys. Next game together, Clash of Clans.
Yes, exactly. Yes.
What
Or I'll play the next thing to Clash of Clans, thinking I'm gonna come in here and steamroll everybody. Meanwhile, there's other people spending more money than I am, progressing
Right.
more,
Right.
and it's just
That's like fucking when we were addicted to freaking Skylanders.
that was a good game.
It was a good game.
Okay.
Yeah, the first 3 were really good.
That was like the cat's ass. Like,
the cat's ass.
these guys, they were on to something, and they could really recreate this. And going back to the Pokemon subject,
Yes.
they have something there too that they could easily monetize with Pokemon. Like,
Well, I mean, they do, don't they? Isn't that what? Sorry, Colin. Go ahead.
I was gonna say Skylanders walked so amiibos could run.
No one cares about amiibos anymore. I haven't heard anything about amiibos for like
What's an amiibo?
7 years.
What are those?
I was gonna
They're
say,
basically Skylanders for the Switch.
yeah, but they're
Yeah.
not. I was,
No, I was being sarcastic.
Carnage. I was gonna say, to answer your question, I think other than the physical component of Skylanders, basically what you just described was that mobile game Pokemon, the one where you have to go around with your GPS or whatever.
Pokemon Go.
Yeah,
I mean, people still do it. People get in accidents over that shit, man.
Yep.
I
They-
still play it.
Panda.
It was, business point of interest where people were deliberately hiding their Pokemon behind in-store purchases and shit. Like, that was bad, very bad.
Yeah, it definitely was. It still is a problem. Probably not nearly as bad though.
I think like Pokemon and I forget the other game we were just talking about, joined for. Oh yeah, I think if they stole that concept or even bought it, they would like the collector's market would be massive.
I mean, they have enough generations of Pokemon. Just imagine.
Yeah, like you can
your
make like 1,000 Charizards. That's it, and
I would collect all the Pikachu's and eat.
They would boom that. Now I'm gonna trademark copyright this idea right now live.
Good luck with that. Good luck with that. So you're saying if they came out with like a limited edition shiny Charizard action figure that you could put in your game.
Anything, and the game itself could be just like Skylanders, where you're doing very little in the game.
Right.
It's just the point that you collected this interactable character. Like I really, that is a huge markup.
Right.
But
I kind of wish Jordan didn't throw out our Skylanders.
I was stepping on them. They're like Legos.
There's not much value to them.
I still got my little elf though.
They
told her
killed themselves.
They did. I told her, I was like, pick out the one you want to keep because the others are getting thrown away. Because if I don't throw them away now, they'll never get thrown away.
I got my little pet stealth elf. She's right here on my desk.
Oh, jeez.
It's the pet. It's the minis.
Just for the record, just so everyone knows, for the record, I'm the one that beat her in 1v1s in Skylanders with my character, not the other way around.
Come on, man. Why'd you instigate? Why? That was intentional. Intentional.
Yeah,
Like,
I need to let you guys know I gotta go, sadly. So.
All right, no worries. Thank you for being here, Panda. I appreciate it.
Yeah, thanks for joining, man.
Thanks for joining.
Thanks
I
for
call
having me.
bullshit.
Yeah, later.
I beat your ass so many times.
All right, moving on to the next subject.
Fucking lie.
Yeah.
I thought we could talk about this real quick. So this is kind of a serious subject, but I mean, Nintendo of America's game testers say that they faced years of sexual harassment. Female game testers at Nintendo had frat house experiences within the gaming company, known for its wholesome image. This is messed up. This is like Nintendo. I was not expecting this from Nintendo. Like I would have thought their culture, their work culture was.
Hold up. United States Nintendo. Let's get that clear. It's saying the American division of Nintendo.
Yes, specifically Redmond, Washington headquarters, apparently. So yes.
So
Meaning it's not the real
it's
head.
not Japan. Yeah. It's America.
Which the Japan Nintendo are probably like, well, gotta fix this shit.
But yeah, so this is kind of a heavy subject to talk about because of everything that's going on with other gaming companies, but I just wow, I cannot believe, and I agree with you. Yeah, Nintendo of America makes it, I guess, less worse, or at least more expected. I don't know how do we even.
I don't know. I'm not saying it's worse or more expected. I'm saying you can't generalize and say Nintendo. It is Nintendo of America.
We can't, because Nintendo took that away almost instantly. That they are pointing the finger at America for this harassment claim. So, yeah.
Oh, sorry to
that
interrupt
would be
you.
the only reason. That would be the only reason why it's labeled North America headquarters. It's the only reason they would say that, is that Nintendo actual head office said, no, this has nothing to do with us. We don't care if you go under. It has nothing to do with us. That's what's being said here.
Yeah, they so not only were they being sexually harassed, but they were also getting underpaid because they were women contractors. It says here in the article that one junior male contractor game tester was getting paid $19 an hour while she was getting paid $16. She had that $16 pay for several years. And then finally she got bumped up to 18 apparently. So, and it says one woman said that she stayed the same base wage for an entire 6 years until she got a higher offer elsewhere, and threatened the company to leave until she got paid more. Another woman was offered double her current pay when at a different company entirely. So yeah, they just underpaying them, sexually harassing them, treating them like nothing. Like this is terrible. Wow. I mean, I don't know if you guys have heard about what's going on with the game testing, just video game testers in general, but there's a union. Unions are starting to get created, like all over American video game companies for video game testers, and I love it. I think it's great. I think unions should be more of an okay thing across the board, because unions having a bad rap in America just makes me so angry, dude, because unions are actually a very good thing. Like they are extremely good for the working person, because you know it's all voting. It's a democracy. It's all voting based on the people that are in that union. So like if you say, you know, they go, the head of the union says, hey, do you guys want this to happen? If not, vote no or yes, you know, on this voting sheet. Like it's all vote based, and I love that. So that would prevent stuff like this from happening, to be honest. Like they could go on strike if they knew this was happening. This is ridiculous. But yeah, I don't know. Sorry to make a light of the subject, but Megan had said something really funny earlier that made me laugh. Because we were talking before we started the podcast, we were talking about articles we were going to read during the podcast. And Megan said, it's okay, they got Mario. I said to her, I said, so wait, you're okay with getting sexually harassed as long as you get to go woohoo afterwards? So, because she was like, it's okay though, everything is okay. They have Mario. Sorry to make light of a serious subject. I just thought that was really funny. So
Yeah.
My mind went completely different. I thought you were talking about like the Revenge of the Nerds.
oh jeez.
Yeah, no. I mean, it is. Yeah, you're making light of it, but at the same time, we are making aware that this is an issue.
Across the
And
industry.
it is.
Yes.
And it's not just in America.
Yes.
I mean, we are highlighting America, but this is worldwide, and shame on it for only being pointed here, when the all females in Asia have been, I can't think of the right word here, but they were never of equal, never.
You're right.
So shame on them for pointing at North America, when as bad as we are, we are definitely not number one in this category. So we definitely should make right of it.
I think you say
along with
Sorry to interrupt you. I was gonna I think it's funny that you say we a lot when you're in fact Canadian, but I do appreciate
we are
the
part of North America.
we are North America,
right.
and we
Oh my god.
we as in Canada are we're no better. We're just not as well known. We're not a highlight
Right.
of the world. It's always North America, and in Asia, so Japan or China. Those are your headlines.
Right.
So no, this is a worldwide issue, and not just with females. It's with all races, religions. It's a problem.
No, you're right.
It really is.
All right, well, that's all I had. Did you guys want to move on to a different topic?
Yeah, well, to lay in the mood a bit, I wanted to test Colin on because Colin is a brainiac, and this guy remembers everything.
Yes.
Some days pisses me off. Some days it
Because apparently
Amazes
I think
you?
of Crash Bandicoot.
yeah, some days it amazes me, and so we're gonna test him, and I want to see if the combined of Jordan and Megan could beat Colin in a little quiz, a little questionnaire here that I got for you.
I already proved to you that I'm not good at this with the Crash Bandicoot thing.
No, that is very true. That is very true.
All right, we're gonna get our buzzers going. My buzzer's ready.
So we'll start off at a very, very easy question.
Buddy?
Blizzard Entertainment is well known for what video game franchise?
Sexual harassment. Oh shoot, wrong topic. I'm sorry.
Halo. No, was it Halo? No, it was something else.
Blizzard, Diablo.
Diablo.
No.
World of Warcraft.
There you go. Yes. So you're both wrong, but Cyber's even more wrong because he's going on a whole other thing here.
Sorry.
So
I'm not wrong though, technically.
what is the best-selling video game of all time?
Crash Bandicoot.
Grand Theft Auto.
I would have to say Minecraft.
Grand
It's
Theft
Tetris.
Yes.
Auto 4.
Colin said it first, but it was Minecraft.
Oh, was it Minecraft?
But as of 2021, the number one video game is Fortnite.
No, it's
Oh,
not.
yes.
No.
Yeah.
What?
I believe that.
Grossing, it'd probably be Fortnite or something else. But if we're talking about like actual sales of the game, wasn't it? It
Yeah.
was.
It was 100% Minecraft.
Oh, I see. 238 million copies across all platforms. Grand Theft Auto 5 is getting pretty close, though.
Yeah.
They're well over 150 at this point, so they're actually catching up pretty fast.
And speaking of Grand Theft Auto, they're actually the most expensive game franchise.
Oh,
Is
wow.
Grand Theft Auto.
All right, what else you got for me? Questionnaire, man.
Okay, well, what is the highest selling gaming console to date?
The Nintendo DS.
PlayStation 2.
Yeah, it's probably the Wii. It's probably the original
the
Wii,
PlayStation.
actually.
I want to say Xbox One.
Final answer for me is Wii.
PlayStation 2.
It's PlayStation 2.
Damn it!
Hey, I kind of believe that because my parents bought like 8 of those things.
Yeah, it was I watched a video on that one specifically recently, and it was
Cheater!
Cheater, you and your stupid eidetic memory. Sage in the chat says, "What is the highest grossing media franchise as of right now?" He says, he wants us to answer that question.
Media.
He says media.
What?
He didn't say video game. He said media.
TikTok.
Media.
Media. So that could be anything.
Highest grossing Facebook.
Well, that's a social media. I see what you did there.
Facebook's on down.
I was gonna say like probably Game of Thrones, to be honest, but I don't know because I'd imagine that's probably either that or Lord of the Rings.
Media franchise, so it's a series of something. I'm going to assume Marvel.
Fuck. Grey's Anatomy. Like what? There's so many ways we can go with this.
No, those are Netflix.
Let's see what
Grey's Anatomy's on Netflix.
No. I meant I was talking about my answer with Lucifer and The Witcher.
I just looked it up. Huh? Wow. Okay. Are you guys ready?
What is it,
Are you guys ready for
Look it up?
Are you guys ready for the answer?
Yeah.
It's Pokemon.
Oh,
for God's sake. God damn it.
As of 1996, when Pokemon was in its year of inception, 1996, it has totally revenued $118.5 billion, with $91.3 billion of which is licensed merchandise sales. $27.1 billion is video games, box office movies, and TV shows. Box office movies is $1.85 billion, and home entertainment TV shows is $830 million.
Can we just agree Pokemon 2000 was the best?
Oh God, I love that movie.
I've never seen it, but let's.
It was Mew and Mewtwo, absolutely.
Oh, and then Ash
it was
dies, man. He
Yeah,
dies.
it was so dramatic.
Dude, when Pikachu cried, man, I cried.
Yeah.
Oh man, it was so boss. Like that was that movie. You really gotta
So
a
good.
feel for how these Pokemon are and the size.
It had emotions.
It just see them swim and travel and oh my god,
And relax.
And Charizard comes in at the last moment.
Yes.
Was that the one where Charizard was like cocky? He was like super cocky.
Yeah, well, Charizard was at basically a facility, right, to be trained.
Right.
And then he comes and saves the day. He and then, Mewtwo almost kills the damn guy. But yeah.
Oh, speaking of Pokemon, I actually liked. I'm not gonna lie. Detective Pikachu's probably close second top Pokemon movie. For me,
I've yet to watch it.
It's good.
Dude, I cannot
It's
get
really
over
good.
Ryan Reynolds being fucking Pikachu.
It's so good. It was so good. It was a good 9 out of 10 for me. Pokemon 2000 being a 10 out of 10. That movie was perfect.
Dude, Kiara loves it.
It's so cute. I like how in that movie.
Spoiling it.
Oh, I was just gonna say there was a part where he was stuck inside of a cage, like an underground fight scene with Charizard, and everyone was like cheering him on, like "Go Pikachu, go!" And then Ryan Reynolds was like, "No, get me out of here!" And he's like shaking the cage, and everyone was just like, "Oh, look at him!" And he's going, "Pika, Pika, 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 Pika." I love that movie so much.
I love how you spoil it.
It's fine. It's not that big of a spoiler. Shush.
Anyway, so let's get to the next question.
Yeah. Do we have another question, or are we?
Oh yeah, I got lots here, but here
Okay.
just to make it even better, do you guys want 80s video game trivia, 90s, classic, easy, or fun?
Fun.
This is
Fun.
Let's go with fun.
I
Okay.
guess.
I like fun.
Well, no, not that one.
Not that one.
Wait, I didn't actually look at this list.
Uh-oh.
Doom,
All right, it's time to bring on the hentai questions, baby.
I'm in a losing battle.
Oh, here's a good one. When the first virtual reality device was released in the 1980s, how much did it cost?
Ooh, are we
Ooh,
taking
that
into
would be
account
the
inflation?
Nintendo one.
Yeah, there was the Nintendo one. I would assume the one that was
yeah,
red.
that one, haha.
Yeah, no. How much did it cost?
$250.
No, it would have been way more than that.
No, 300, 340, something like that.
No, it was definitely way more than that because like back then everything was way overpriced. Like the first
No.
computer was like $10,000. Like it was
say
ridiculous.
$50.
less than $500. I know.
I'm
this.
gonna
It was
say $1,250.
No, $150.
$300.
$1,250. My final answer.
$300. Final answer.
No way. It's way more than 300. There's no way.
Okay, I actually don't want to give this answer because I feel like this questionnaire is telling me 49,000.
Woo! I told you
Yeah.
that shit was overpriced.
Yeah, hold on.
I told you.
So I just want to
The
fact check
Virtual
this.
Boy price. How much did the
179.95 was the Virtual Boy's starting price when it was first released. $180 essentially.
I said 150.
Yeah, Megan got close.
It
Yep.
was $200 at the time.
That seems way smaller than I would have
that's
thought, to be
93.
honest.
Oh, that's 93. Yeah, that's not.
J-Man, because it wasn't actual like true virtual reality. It was two mono screens that were red and black, and it gave the perception of virtual like space, but you couldn't move it around. It wasn't like VR of today.
Oh, okay, that makes sense. I
And
just
besides,
remember. I
this
just
was,
remember.
like, back in like what the early '80s or like late '80s, early '90s kind of thing.
Yeah, it was to fill in the time before the N64 was launched.
Yeah, I mean,
Okay, so
oh, go ahead.
what they're referencing is called the iPhone 1.
What?
And it was priced at 49,000.
What?
Now the Oculus Quest 2 retails starting at $300. Yeah.
That's where I got the three. So it's equivalent to $330 today in 2021. That's where I was getting the $300 from. That makes more sense.
So-
Sage wanted to let us know that today is the canonical release date of Sword Art Online.
That's interesting.
That's a good anime.
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 He's like an old man on his porch.
Anime for
Anime.
me.
Get off my porch, anime. Do you have any other questions for us? We're at 51 minutes of the podcast.
Yeah, here's a quick little tidbit. In the Guinness Book of World Records, how many hours was the longest Mario Kart marathon?
48 hours.
100 hours.
24 hours.
Megan's the closest they'll going over, but technically 40 hours.
Damn it. Well, if we're going by Price is Right rules, I failed. I should have said $1.
So that was a cool questionnaire.
That is neat. I like that.
Yeah. Megan, get out the next ones for the next episode.
Jesus, now you gotta give me
Yeah,
homework.
because you lost. So
Because you lost. Because you lost.
Okay, I'm okay with that. I'm not a.
All right, you want to close this out, big guy?
yeah, I mean, if there's anything else you guys want to talk about,
Now we're reaching an hour. I think this is a good stopping point.
Oh
We'll
my
see everybody
God,
in the
no.
next episode.
Jesus, we talked about Pokemon for at least 45 minutes.
We did. We kept circling back to it too, which is very
Yeah.
odd.
Yeah.
Sage Slayer's influence.
He.
Okay, well, thanks for tuning into this podcast. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Keep an eye out for the next. Press C for Carnage. Until then, see you later.
Bye bye.
Ciao.